guys, welcome to another Coffee Date Thursday. I wanted to participate in this Coffee Date Thursday because I thought that the topic was interesting, and I am looking forward to watching everyone else's videos to see if I was the only wild child growing up. So this week's topic is confessions, something that you did that your parents never knew about. Also, go check out all the other ladies' videos. I will put the playlists down in the description box. I did a lot of crazy stuff when I was younger. I can look back now and think, oh my God, like what were you thinking? Because as you grow older, I mean, you don't do that stupid stuff anymore. But it was fun then, and I'm glad that I didn't die or hurt anyone or get hurt. 99% of the time I got caught, but sometimes I did not. I laugh now, and I really think to myself, that was crazy. Why did I do that? Some of the stuff I've actually told my mom that I've done now because I'm an adult. What's she gonna do? Spank me or ground me? Growing up, I did a lot of bad stuff, and I kind of feel like my parents were harder on me because I was the oldest. So I was kind of like the guinea pig of, they always punished me. I most of the time got caught at the things that I did. There were a lot of things that I got caught doing. One time when I got off of work, when I was about 17 years old, a couple of my best friends and I went to a college party, and my friend fell into a bathtub full of, like, they put ice in the bathtub and put like the beer and the alcoholic drinks in there, and she fell into the bathtub full of it, and she was like soaking wet, and it was hilarious. That was something I remember from that night. But she told her mom that she was spending the night at my house, and we came home at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and my house was pitch dark. So I thought, okay, my mom's in bed, my dad's in bed, my brothers and sisters in bed, we're good. So we snuck in the house, and there was my mother sitting in the kitchen in the dark, and I was like, oh my God. Yeah, I got in trouble for that one. There was another time when I said that I was going to this restaurant to go hang out with some friends, and I told my mom that my car broke down and that I was going to be late coming home because I had to wait for a tow truck because we had AAA at that time, and like I had it through my parents, and not being smart enough to realize my mother came to that restaurant looking for me, and I was not there. So I got busted on that. One of the things that I ended up telling my mom years later after this happened, my best friend and I, she had nothing. I had a permit. So we were I was 16. I think she was 16 at the time too. But she didn't have a permit or anything, and I just had my permit. Well, in the middle of the night, we stole her mom's truck, and we drove to see some boys, and then after that we drove to Giant Eagle just to get a pizza to bake in the oven. And years later we have told our parents that we did this, but like looking back now, oh my God, like if we would have got caught, we would have been in a lot of trouble by the police and stuff. There are a couple things that my mom does not know, and in a lot of this, I'm saying my mom because my father has since passed away. But one time when I was a senior in high school, my friends and I used to drive around downtown in our town. It was like the cool thing to do on Fridays and Saturday nights. You would drive around and meet up with other, kids and stuff, other teenagers. And there was a group of boys that lived about 20 to 25 minutes away from our town. And they had been driving around in our town. And I invited them to come back to my house. And I had about I'm trying to count, and I think I had about 5 girls with me in my car. And my parents owned a lot of property, and they had it mainly fenced in. But right beside our property line was a country fair, like a convenient mark. And so if you went behind the country fair, you could come around our fence to get into our yard. And we had a camper on our property that we used to use like in the summer when we would go camping. So we parked in the country fair parking lot, and so did these boys, and they probably had 4 or 5 boys in their car. And we snuck around the fence and went into the camper, and we just hung out. My curfew was midnight, so close to midnight everybody left, and I took a couple of the girls home, and then I got home for curfew. And my parents, as far as I know, never knew about it until now, if my mom watches this. And another thing that I did that I don't think my mom or my dad ever knew was when I was a freshman in college, I went to a college that was about 2 hours away from where I lived. And when I first started dating Jason, my husband, I came home for a weekend. Jason had come over to spend time with my family, and I don't remember exactly like if there was a snowstorm or if it just got late, but for some reason my parents decided to let Jason spend the night at my house, and that totally like was a no-no. Like usually they were very hardcore about no, that wasn't gonna happen. So the rule was I had to sleep in my bedroom and Jason had to sleep downstairs in the living room on the couch. And in the middle of the night, after everybody was asleep, I snuck out of my room. I had to go down past my parents' bedroom, down a bunch of creaky steps to get to the living room. But I went down into the living room in the middle of the night, and I cuddled and with Jason, and then after about an hour or so, I went right back up to my bedroom, and as far as I know, my parents never knew that that happened. Sorry, Mom. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you are not subscribed, please subscribe.